This 57-year-old woman who did not want to be identified has been sleeping on Johannesburg streets since December 2015 after she lost her job. Since the start of the national lockdown, this has been her haven.
I couldn't go home after I lost my job. The police collected us from the streets at the start of the lockdown and brought me here. I'm happy here at MEC. Here we are, still alive, and none of us have contracted the virus.
A lifeline for her and others, given meals and protection from the deadly virus.
During COVID, we had to reprioritize our staff, we had to reprioritize our focuses. MEC works in a broad variety of services, so of course our after-school centres and our preschools had to close, and we had to then reopen extra homeless shelters. So the first month was really tough because the one shelter we opened on the day of lockdown and most facilities were then closed and we couldn't even buy a mop. But we managed through registering and getting everything sorted. So it was very challenging for the staff, but it was such a rewarding time. It was a time where we saw people really being dropped off here by the army or the police, really having severe issues with substance abuse, mental issues, where their lives turned around, where they found stability, where we started teaching skills and how people just grabbed that opportunity to restore dignity.
And some surety that they will be looked after even after the lockdown. So in Gauteng, close to 43 temporary shelters have been housing the homeless since the start of the lockdown. 667 have left on their own accord, while 500 have been reunited with their families. And those who abuse substances will be referred to treatment facilities.
More than 3,000 beneficiaries that we have in all these shelters. And I started this program last week where I visited the shelters that in Ekurhuleni. So today I'm doing the whole of Johannesburg. We are not going to shut down completely. We are working with the municipality. That is why I'm with the MMC here. We are going to be identifying a building where we'll be able to house them. But the intention of government is not to have them on these shelters forever. So what COVID did, what was positive, is that we managed to have them in one roof so that we can be able to document them. So where I'm standing, I know how many homeless people are here, and then what skills do they have. And on this one in particular, most of them, what concerned me was that most of them have degrees, most of them have grade 12s, and I was made to understand that some of them ended up in the shelters because they came from other provinces. They were looking for a job. But we have made an agreement with the MMC that we are going to use our internship programs to make sure that we absorb some of them.
While some chose to return to the streets, this 57-year-old is staying put, already looking forward to the post-lockdown facility, feeling wanted and cared for. Criselda Lewis, SABC News in Johannesburg.